suggest the fastest route. I take the scenic one, 40 minutes longer, worth every minute of the extra distance. Music builds again, tension rising. Everything I left behind was already weighing more than it was worth. Everything I brought fits in one hand, and that is the whole point. Pack light, but the road doesn't need your whole life. In the backseat, pack light, just the things that feel like you. On your best days, pack light, and somewhere new you're driving toward has more room for the version of you that travels without the weight of the version that stays. I have never arrived somewhere new and wished I had brought more. The things I left behind were always the right things to leave. Pack light, the road doesn't need your whole life. In the backseat, pack light, just the things that feel like you. On your best days, pack light, and somewhere new you're driving toward has more room for the version of you that travels without the weight of the version that stays. Pack light, somewhere new has more room. Fade to silence. The sign at the border of one state and the next is always more anticlimactic than you expect and more significant than it looks. Something crossed that isn't on any map. State lines are just agreements between people who needed a reason to go somewhere different, but the feeling of crossing one is real. gratefully. State lines and the radio finds a different station. State lines and the air smells like somewhere else. State lines and for 3 miles you are neither where you were nor where you're going. Just crossing, just moving, just the beautiful in between of state lines. Just passing through gratefully. State lines, beautiful in between. First night in a city that doesn't know my name yet. The street outside the hotel window is having a completely separate life from mine, and I find that enormously comforting. First night, everything is still an option. First night, nobody has any expectations of who I'll turn out to be here. First night in a new city is the best night of any trip. Before the map becomes familiar, before the coffee shop on the corner becomes the coffee shop on the corner, before anywhere becomes somewhere you already know. First night is all possibility and no history. First night is the whole reason for going. I walked for 2 hours without a destination, following whatever street looked more interesting than the last one. This is how I have learned every city I've ever loved. First night, everything is still an option. First night, nobody has any expectations of who I'll turn out to be here. First night in a new city is the best night of any trip. Before the map becomes familiar, before the coffee shop on the corner becomes a coffee shop on the corner, before anywhere becomes somewhere you already know. First night is all possibility and no history. First night is the whole reason for going. The cities I remember most clearly are the ones I got lost in on the first night, before I knew where anything was, when everything was still a discovery. First night in a new city is the best night of any trip. Before the map becomes familiar, before the coffee shop on the corner becomes the coffee shop on the corner, before anywhere becomes somewhere you already know. First night is all possibility slowly over 16 bars into golden cinematic road trip atmosphere, observational, fast, long way mood. I always take the long way, not because I don't know the short one, but because the short one has stopped showing me anything new. For the long way is not inefficiency. The long way is the decision to let the journey be the thing, not the obstacle between you and the thing. The long way is the best light at this hour. The Rest stop at the edge of somewhere, in the beginning of somewhere else. The vending machine hums like it has something important to say about the nature of being in between. Rest stop is not the destination, but it is the place where the trip becomes real, where you stretch and look around and realize you are actually doing this. Rest stop, strangers with the same loose limb walk of people who have been in cars too long. Rest stop, nobody knows where anyone is going, and nobody asks. Rest stop is the democracy of the road. Everyone here just needed 5 minutes of not moving before the moving could mean something again. Rest stop. Rest stop. 5 minutes of not moving. The couple at the picnic table, eating sandwiches from a cooler, have been married 40 years. I can tell by the silence between them, which is the comfortable kind, the kind you have to earn. Rest stop is not the destination, but it is the place where the trip becomes real, where you stretch and look around and realize you are actually doing this. Rest stop, strangers with the same loose limb walk of people who have been in cars too long. Rest stop, nobody knows where anyone is going, and nobody asks. Rest stop is the democracy of the road. Everyone here just needed 5 minutes of not moving before the moving could mean something again. I could tell you where I'm going, but I'd rather just be here for 5 minutes in this specific rest stop light that exists nowhere else on earth. Rest stop, strangers with the same loose limb walk of people who have been in cars too long. Rest stop, nobody knows where anyone is going, and nobody asks. Rest stop is the democracy of the road. Everyone here just needed 5 minutes of not moving before the moving could mean something again. 5 minutes of not moving. Rest stop before the moving means something again. New city, new street names to learn, new coffee shops to have opinions about, new sky, which is the same sky, but looks different from here, which tells you something important about perspective. New city is a clean slate written in someone else's handwriting, which is exactly the point. New city, the first morning before it becomes familiar, is the best morning. New city, when the map is still a thing you need rather than a thing you ignore. New city, I am whoever shows up when the context has no history of me. Everything is possible until it isn't, and right now, nothing isn't. The barista spelled my name wrong on the cup in a way that suggested they had never encountered it before, which made me feel briefly like a pioneer. New city is a clean slate written in someone else's handwriting, which is exactly the point. New city, the first morning before it becomes familiar, is the best morning. New city, when the map is still a thing you need rather than a thing you ignore. New city, I am whoever shows up when the context has no history of me. New city, everything is possible until it isn't, and right now, nothing isn't. Every city I have ever loved started as a place I didn't know and became a place I carry. New city, it's just a future old city that I haven't fallen for yet. The best morning. New city, when the map is still a thing you need rather than a thing you ignore. New city, I am whoever shows up when the context has no history of me. Everything is possible until it isn't, and right now, nothing isn't. Future old city I haven't fallen for yet. New city, everything possible until it isn't. Last night here, and I have not decided if I am ready to leave. The room has started to feel familiar in the way only rooms you were never going to stay in eventually do. Last night here is the night everything you didn't do starts to seem like something you should have done, but probably wouldn't have either way. Last night here in the city outside is doing exactly what it would do if I weren't leaving, which is the most honest thing about cities. They don't adjust to your departure, and somehow that makes usual table, someone else will sit there and have a completely different but equally valid Tuesday morning. And that is the correct order of things. Correct order. Last night, here is the night. Everything you didn't do starts to seem like something you should have done, but probably wouldn't have either way. Last night here in the city outside is doing exactly what it would do if I weren't leaving, which is the most honest thing about cities. They don't adjust to your departure, and somehow that makes leaving easier. Last night here, and I am already deciding what I'll remember. What I'll remember. The places that change you don't need you to stay in them, to keep changing you, changing you. Last night here is just the beginning of carrying this particular somewhere home with me. Last night here in the city outside is doing exactly what it would do if I weren't leaving, which is the most honest thing about cities. They don't adjust to your departure, and somehow that makes leaving easier. Last night here, and I am already deciding what I'll remember. What I'll remember. The beginning of carrying it home. Last night here, already deciding what to remember. Already deciding. Complete warm silence, leaning slowly over 16 bars into maximum golden cinematic road trip atmosphere. Triumphant, returning road back mood.